with a guy like Keon Coleman, wide receiver from Florida State. Damien, your initial thoughts?
Man, getting Keon Coleman answered the need, right? You lose Gabe Davis to the Jacksonville Jaguars in free agency. You traded away Stephon Diggs to the Houston Texans. So what that leave? That would leave Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Khalil Shakir, Brandon Curtis Samuel. You didn't have an X. Keon Coleman gives you a ball winner, a guy that can play above the rim like a big power forward. But he's not just a big body that can play well at the catch point. He can create yards after the catch as well, has a returner background, so you see that with the spatial awareness to be able to evade defenders quickly in tight quarters and get those yards after the catch. And I think for Josh Allen, who loves the deep ball, now he has a guy that can make those plays 40, 50 yards down the field, not just by winning with speed, but with his body control, body positioning, and hand strength.
Yeah, there were a lot of questions on day one as far as what the approach was, right, from Brandon Beane, trading back twice out of day one as the Kansas City Chiefs, who they traded with so they can get Xavier Worthy in that offense. That's a conversation for another time. But a guy I know you and I both liked in this draft is on Duke's defensive line, DeWayne Carter, what he's going to be for this defense. Extremely high motor guy, physical, a guy that, look, he might be the president someday, just as far as his charisma. DeWayne Carter, someone Buffalo fans, Bills Mafia, they're going to love along this Buffalo defensive line. Look, they tried it with Daquan Jones. They tried it with a guy like Tim Settle. Ed Oliver's still there. Gregory Rousseau's done a nice job on the edge. Adding a guy like DeWayne Carter, again, a guy that both you and I like. What's his impact potentially if Bills fans haven't watched DeWayne Carter there at Duke in the ACC these last few years?
Vertical displacement, vertical attacking, going upfield, getting into the face of the quarterback. He's strong at the point of attack, kind of putting them outside shade of guards, get his hands on these guys, reduce the gap, right? Control the gap, but then on passing downs, being able to collapse the pocket right into the lap and the face of the quarterback alongside Ed Oliver, who I think both of these guys, I think with DeWayne, he could probably play some 2-eye and allow Ed Oliver to play that 3, but either way, with both of them on the field, you get upfield, you get in the face of Tua Tagovailoa, you get in the face of Drake May, you get in the face of Aaron Rodgers. That's how you continue to win your division.
And another guy, Cole Bishop, safety from Utah, can play at every single level for this defense. You just know what you're going to get with guys out of Kyle Whittingham's program out there in Utah, whether it was last year with a guy like Clark Phillips or this year with a guy like Sione Vaki as well that went to Detroit. Cole Bishop, I love the addition. They lost Micah Hyde. They lost Jordan Poyer. Even a guy on the outside in Tre'Davious White is now with the Los Angeles Rams. Cole Bishop, I really like the addition, and he's also not going to be afraid if you ask him to play special teams as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, like you said, losing those 2 starting safeties, he's a guy who's versatile, right? Can play that kind of box safety. He's a good athlete. He can play a lineup in the nickel and face some of these tight ends and even nickel slot receivers. He's going to be able to do different things in this Sean McDermott-led defense, and I really like this fit.
2 players we also liked is Ray Davis and Cedric Van Pran, interior offensive lineman from Georgia. But I want to talk about Javon Solomon from Troy. This is a young man that led FBS in sacks in 2023, had 16. You can never have enough guys that can flat out get after the passer. Small school kid from Troy. But I think he's someone who gets in Buffalo to where that rabid type of fan base, that spotlight's on you. It's going to be a huge year in 2024. What are the expectations for Javon Solomon this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Right? Strong, dense build. He's got some bend to him. Work the edges, corner to the quarterback. And in a room where you have Greg Rousseau, you have Von Miller. Von Miller hasn't really the payoff, the investment that they made, a lot of money that was put into that contract. It hasn't paid off yet. He's battled some injuries and everything. But I think at the end of the day, his knowledge, the wealth of knowledge, his pass rush summit that he hosts, a guy like having Javon Solomon in that locker room by itself is going to be able to help him. But then being invited to that where the best minds or the best pass rushers are always there in the offseason, some great coaches can help further his development. Matter of fact, accelerate it.
Also like the addition on day 3 of adding a guy like Daquan Hardy, nickel from Penn State. It's going to allow them some more versatility and some special teams guy on the outside as well. So overall, Damien, look at this draft for Brandon Beane again. Every year is so big for the Buffalo Bills, where really the expectation is to meet the Chiefs in the playoffs, see if they get by them moving forward. I know it's been really their Achilles heel these last few years. Your grade for the Buffalo Bills?
B-. I think it was a good grade and good draft. I think they did what needed to do. Hit some home runs. I think the Keon Coleman was a home run. But getting some good depth pieces and some guys that can come in certain roles and make some impact. And I like what they've done.
Bills have made some additions here, transactions, right? Offense, defense. It's a huge year for the Buffalo Bills here in the core in 2024. Will it be enough to get past not just the Chiefs, but the rest of the AFC as we move forward deeper and deeper into the playoffs?